Alright, let me show you guys what I got going on today. Trying to get these hand railings done. Small job, but let me show you how I have my my setup and what I do to build my gates. I'll show you what I got going on. So we got this hand railing here, and what I do is I draw all my measurements out. This one here I did in CAD so they can see exactly what it is. So I have my steps, there's my platform there, and what I'll do is I'll lay it out on the floor. You can see the lines on the floor for the stairs. So I'll lay it out here, just lay my pieces down on the floor, tack them together, and then I'll set them up over here. And for the bottom channel's punched, I'll go ahead and I'll draw a line on the top, and then I'll just use the spacer here, and then I measure from the end over. And my smaller piece, what I did was, because the one side has a the one side has the platform, so you don't walk off of it. And then trying to lay this right on top of this, so I can show you guys how I do this. And then for the other side of the stairs, I just set it right on top. This one here ends right there because there's a door right there. So I go ahead and set these up. I have the base plates, and this is how I do the base plates as well. And some of you guys that don't have a machine, I don't see how you guys do these. So, you know, I make my base plates like this. You know, they're rounded on the corners, and then I have the holes. So I went ahead and I punched the holes in there, but I do not know how I lived without this tool right here. Putting all the way through. I mean, look at that. I just set it in there, punched the corner. And that's how fast. And then when I want to punch holes, what I do is I just push this lever over. I turn this to here, and then I lock it in place, and then I can punch my holes. And for the angle on the square, I have to open up the squares to get those angled pieces. But, you know, without this machine here, I do not know how. Well, I do know how I did them. I just notched the corners and sanded them, but this thing saves so much time.